Hi guys, good morning, and sorry we are late today. So my name is Florence Chikeze, and we are still coming live to you from Redalia Workspaces, a co-working facility located at 43B Emina Crescent off 20th Street. And with me today is Abiodun Folawiyo. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. I understand that perfectly.
He's a shoemaker. He always introduces himself as a shoemaker, and he's someone that I really hold in high regard. He's been in this business of entrepreneurship for more than 16 years, and I always go to him for his strategic advice. I've been to his showroom.
Yeah.
He makes good shoes, guys. So if you're looking for shoes, exotic shoes, luxury shoes, what's the address again?
Yeah, it's 3 Hour Person off 20th Street, not far from Medalia, actually.
Yes. So welcome. So if you're live with us, say hi. We are going to be discussing how you can commercialize your skill, and if you have questions, put your questions in the comment sections, and we will take it. So starting off, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, good morning everyone. Once again, my name is Abiodun Folawiyo. I'm a shoemaker. I've been making shoes for a living for over 16 years now. Yes, 16 years. Beyond just making shoes, we also have an academy we started 9 years ago, and we've trained well over 600 people. Yes, 600 people in the art and the business of shoemaking. Well, I also train. I coach people on their businesses. I love to be part of other people's business idea because, well, I know what I've gone through. Especially with the fact that I've done so many other things before I eventually decided to major on shoemaking. I've sold eggs, I've sold recharge cards, I've sold cars, I've sold virtually everything. I've done virtually everything aside anything dubious. And like I always tell people, I've sold virtually everything aside human parts.
He can sell anything.
Yeah,
the first
you know.
time I heard him speak, he was actually making a pitch, and I was like, wow, I really need to know this guy. So tell us about Shoe Speed. How did the journey start for you?
Yeah, well, Shoe Speed started as a pure passion. You know, like people would say, I'm skilled in this, I have passion for this, or you're talented in this. For me, it was just pure passion for quality footwear, and was also as a result of the kind of person I am. I love to express my feelings. I love to express the giftings I have on my inside. I love to express ideas I have over my head. However, then I found shoemaking as one skill that would help me express those creative ideas that I have that could be interpreted into a footwear, talking about leather or whatever. It can also be interpreted into unique services that would eventually render to customers. So it started at a very young age. You know, my love for shoe I discovered when I was about 7, you know, and it was a funny one because I actually discovered it from a punishment. My mom, I was quite a bit restless growing up, and my mom felt, look, young man, I'm going to keep you busy. It was a Sunday afternoon, so she told me to gather all the footwears in the house. 10 children living with my mother. We had 2 pairs of school shoes each, 20 pairs for me to clean and get shined. You know, so worst of all the shoes was the one for my immediate elder brother. He was a ruffian. My brother, I just wish he's watching us right now. He was a ruffian. That boy was very rough, you know. And a week into his getting a pair of new shoes, you would doubt he got it 2 years ago. You know, you will not doubt he got it 2 years ago. And I decided to start with his own shoe. And for the first time in a very long time, my elder brother's shoe was looking at as though it was just purchased. Everybody came and they were wowed. And somehow I thought to myself that, wow, this is not a bad idea. So all of a sudden I started falling in love with the smell of shoe polish. You know, and one of the things that easily get my attention when I smell some of the materials that I use for production. Gum, leather, especially leather.
You like the smell of leather?
The smell of genuine leather smells like a fragrance to me. It's
wow. Okay, so apart from shoe speed, what else do you do?
Yes, like I said earlier, I also train. I'm a speaker. I'm a youth empowerment consultant. One of the things I love to do is to create concepts and projects to empower the youth out there. But I do quite a number of things so that I don't bore people.
I didn't mention that he's an award-winning entrepreneur. He was one of the big ET, and then you win, right?
Yes, you win. I got the grant from the federal government. You win grant. That I also got another grant from Diamond Bank's project Building Entrepreneurs. Today, I probably have been seeing my face on CNN interview and stuff. It was as a result of that. And one of the things that got me there, it's part of the things we're going to be discussing this morning.
Okay, so now let's dive into the reason why we are here, commercializing your skills. So let's start. How do you start? How do you even know that you have a skill, and how do you now decide that it's something that you can commercialize?
Well, I'll just say this. Whenever I'm asked to talk about this, the question I always ask, or the comment I always give, is that one of the commonest statements you hear people utter, especially when they get vexed up or annoyed, is that I hate people taking me for granted. Probably hear people say that.
I say it a lot.
I know, of course. You must say it a lot. An average entrepreneur always have to say that. I hate it. The only thing I hate, as if they don't hate another thing. The only thing I hate is when people take me for granted.
Not because I look quiet, they'll take me
for granted. It's because I don't talk, or because I'm gentle, or because I'm kind, and all of that. But unfortunately, people do not even know that we take ourselves for granted more than other people. It starts first with us. So if, for instance, people notice that an idea or gift or an opportunity around you that has been lingering around you, you don't take advantage of it, they will come and they will take you for granted. They will take advantage of you because they notice that you don't even value the good things you have around you.
And they can even say, can you please do this for me? And you keep doing it for free.
I keep doing it for free. I keep doing it for free. Why? Because you don't even look like someone that wants to earn anything from it. And for instance, I'm an entrepreneur. Well, I try to advise people a whole lot about some of the gifts and talents they have that they are giving out for free. But if you decide not to commercialize it, wow, I'm out for profit. I would always take you for granted. That's the word. I would always take you for granted. So most of the time, before people take us for granted, we are the one that first take ourselves for granted. So you need to understand what you have. You need to be proud of that skill that you have. I've met people that are not proud to tell you that they are good at making hair, especially guys that are good at making female hair. For them it seems awkward.
It's a feminine job.
Yeah, it's a feminine job. When my mates are in banks, when my mates are doing into oil and gas and all of that, consulting and all of that. So some of them just feel very shy to tell you. Some of them, they just go into their hiding or secret to make their wife's hair or their sister's hair, and they say, no, don't tell anybody.
But I made your hair.
It's just something I like to do. And the services you just render to whoever will probably cost the person 15,000 naira or 10,000 naira. So imagine you do 20 of that in a month.
Times 20.
That's 200,000. And most of the time, some of these things you take for granted are the things you can easily do at your spare time. Even if you still have a 9-to-5 job, there are some of the things you need to do. So the first thing you need to know, understand that thing that you can do effortlessly. No matter how, don't see it as irrelevant. The truth about the matter is, because you've been doing it for a long time, there's chances that you start to take it as a norm, and you want to take it for granted. You don't want to pay attention to it.
You don't even know. You don't even recognize that it's a skill.
Exactly. So imagine you help people plan parties effortlessly. That's event planning. Effortlessly. When they involve you in any event or things just work. And somehow some people have started putting it outside, applying religion to it. Say it's just God. Well, fine. I'm a spiritual person. I understand the place of God in everything that we do. I'm not going to outrule that. But you see, when God has given you a talent and a gift, you need to also identify it and give Him thanks for it.
Even God Himself recognizes talent. That's
Exactly.
why He didn't reward the person that didn't take his talent.
Talent. Seriously. The Bible of the talent. John. So even God that you are saying is just God. Let's thank God for it. He's watching you. He's even annoyed that you're not making the best use of that thing. So imagine you're making the best use. If look, you know what I tell people. Even if you do not like money, for the sake of people that are in need of money, charity.
Charge it and give to charity.
Yeah, as you are making the money, just in fact, give them an account number or account details of a charity home. People that orphanages, let them just pay into the account so that you know that your conscience is clear, that you're not the one collecting the money. So once you discover that thing that you have on your inside, the next thing is for you to try and create a pledge around it. Just create a pledge around it. You know, when I tell people pledge, like you have the national pledge, you have the national anthem. You know, so for my fellow Nigerians, you know, I'm a Nigerian, we have our national pledge, you know, and you need to also create one for yourself. Around
like a goal?
Like not a goal. You know, a pledge helps you to even come up with goals. A pledge is a commitment statement, what you have decided you would do. Just like you are taking an oath of office. You're about to be made the president of a nation, you're about to be made the governor of a nation, or you're about to be made the chief justice of a particular state. You have to take an oath. Nobody will chase you for your own personal oath. You need to create it yourself and take it yourself and remind yourself of it. So anytime I share this, people always ask you that you are talking. Do you have one? Yes, I do.
You're a shoemaker.
So mine is this. Just listen in case you want to write it down. I am a shoemaker. I am proud to be one. To daily improve on my skills. To affect the lives of others and mine. So help me God.
Amen.
I am a shoemaker. I'm proud to be one. To daily improve on my skills. To affect the lives of others and mine. So help me God.
Amen.
So consciously or unconsciously, it rings in my head. Consciously or unconsciously, when the environment and the business when the going gets tough, I remind myself of that. And somehow it just pops up this energy on my inside. And it's one of the reasons why effortless when I meet with people, I introduce myself as Abiodun Folawiyo. My name is Abiodun Folawiyo. I'm a shoemaker. Quickly, in a few seconds, I'm done. Then, of course, you want to ask me some question. You want to question me further. Imagine you meet with someone and say, my name is Ajoke, whatever. I make hair for a living. I'm an hairdresser. How many people do you think really do that? And please, do not try to package it.
Packaging is killing us in this
It's
country.
killing us. It's confusing people.
Yes.
I have a good friend of mine. I just wish he's watching at the moment and drop a comment. He makes clothes for a living. Good, wonderful clothes. And one of his uncles that is a stark illiterate, an Igbo man that has been in the US for a long time, so successful. He came to Nigeria after a long time, met with this young man, said, so what do you do now? He said he's a wardrobe consultant. So the man said, wow, that's good. He nodded, oh, that's good. So from Nigeria, he went to Dubai. From Dubai, he went to China, then came back to Nigeria. So it was like 2 days for him to go back to the US. So he said, okay, I want to be part of your life. I want to invest something into your life. So he said, you're a wardrobe consultant. The last time I asked you, he said, yes, sir. What kind of wardrobe do you do? Do you do concrete or wooden? Is it the one when they are building their houses that you advise them on where to put their wardrobe? He said, no, uncle. What do you mean? Don't you understand? I'm a wardrobe. I make clothes. And he said, you're a fool. Said when I was in Dubai, I met with manufacturer of quality fabrics. When I was in China, I met manufacturer of quality fabrics. I would have bought fabrics for you and put into the consignment. But I would have given you those fabrics for free.
Wow. He just missed an opportunity.
He lost that golden opportunity because of package. So I met people that said, no, Abiodun, you're too tush to be a shoemaker. You're a cobbler. I say, you see, number one, you don't even know the meaning of a cobbler. Cobblers are actually those typical roadside that men shoes. Yeah, those are boki. Those malam. That men shoes that helps you sew your shoes just to put it together. just for you to wear. Those are cobblers. I'm talking about shoemakers. We think of the concept of the shoe, we create the pattern of the shoe, we put it together, we design it. Before we even go into production, we have done our market research to be sure that when we produce it, the market would accept it and pay money for it. Now you see that we do more work than cobblers. Shoemaking sounds vast than using the word cobbler. But guess what? Shoemaking has more value around it. So say it as it is.
And even say what people will understand.
Exactly.
Because sometimes over English is really killing us.
I know it's killing us. It's killing us. And especially when you get to a place where you just need to speak pidgin. Just go straight to the point. Give people reasons to ask you questions. And a lot of people, when they get confused around here, they just want to keep quiet and nod their head.
They don't even want to expose themselves.
Exactly.
So, but if you speak simple English, they will understand and they will follow.
Exactly. So we ask you, what do you do? My name is Soji. I make things happen in parties. Simple. Not actually when you start to do too much of then there's
something missing.
Exactly. So what you have just said is that you are trying to tell people you are not even confident of what you do.
All right. Thank you, Richard. Here we can see you, Richard, Uche, and Tunji. Thank you for joining. So we are discussing how you can commercialize your skill.
Yes.
And Abiodu, a shoemaker, shoe speed, is discussing how you can commercialize your skill. So if you have questions, write your questions in the comment section and we will take it. So let's go forward.
Okay, so pledge, like you've heard my own. The next thing is activities. Where do we find you? Where do you spend your time? What are those things you do on a daily basis? What is that thing that it's more like a routine with you on a daily basis? And that thing you do on a daily basis, you also actually reflect that skill that you have. For instance, many years ago, one of the things I started to do on a regular basis is I ensure that an average person that cares to listen to me, I don't need to know you. I just need to be able to have a view. Just give me 5 seconds of your time. See what you're wearing. I'll either comment about what you're wearing or advise on how to make what you're wearing better. So if, for instance, I noticed you've not polished your shoes for a while, just wow, you've got a wonderful shoe.
It could look better.
It could look better if you just buy and when you're buying a polish, please buy this particular brand. It will give you a better result. So what do you do on a daily basis? What project are you involved with? You said you are a shoemaker and you're involved with project. Most times we find you around the transport, or you argue Arsenal Man U, or you are always at the newspaper stand arguing Arsenal Man U. When you're on the internet, what do? You are checking for scores. You are just gisting away, chatting with people, looking for new friends on Facebook. When you're supposed to, as a shoemaker, when you're supposed to be on sites
that
of global successful shoe brands to check what color of leather or what color of shoe is trending. Is it tan? Is it coffee brown? Is it black? What style? Is it monk strap? Is it Oxford? Is it Derby? And so when you see me glued to my phone, I'm either checking sites or chatting with some of my friends from Italy, or I'm discussing with customers, trying to get them to buy some of our new. So what project do you involve yourself? What social activities? Look, if you've noticed that I'm always attending parties, or you find me in a particular probably social club or something, they ask me questions. Say, Biodu, what is happening here? How many shoes? Just ask me, how many shoes have you sold? So all of the activities you involve in must be targeted, moving your skills deliberately from just a mere skill into something people will start to pay for. So that your bank manager, when you start to succeed, your account officer
will know you personally.
Will even stop following your bank manager. Will now be the one that will volunteer to be your account officer. So you need to deliberately, directly or indirectly. So whatever thing you get yourself involved in, guess what? Florence is my very good friend. I respect her so much. One of the reasons I'm also here is to share ideas with you, no doubt. But of course, somehow you go to check me out.
Yeah, go to Shoe Speed.
At Shoe Speed, Instagram.
Apart from the showroom, he has
an online platform.
An online platform.
Yes, we have
he
a
also
website.
trains, so in case you want to start learning how to make shoes, and if you also want to grow your business, like I also have a strategy section with him, so you can just come, pay something that will not break your bank, and learn. Then somebody also asked a question. I have a flair for fashion, but does not have the capital. He's a capital guru, like he has secured capital. He can secure any capital, even if he's in a rat hole. So he has a teaching.
I think it's Richard. Richard Lawson is one asking the question.
Yes. So he has like a training, grab the grant. So he can teach you how to apply successfully and get your grant. So somebody said, very interesting, thanks for sharing. I'm a shoe seller. I sell only Nigerian made shoes. I have interest in being a shoemaker. If you have interest in being a shoemaker,
that's Emmanuel. Okay, so Emmanuel, you can follow me on Instagram. At Abiodun Folawiyo.
Or Shoe Speed.
But that's my personal Abiodun Folawiyo or Shoe Speed. But preferably follow both. Okay? But they just do me a direct message on Instagram. Then we can pick it up from there. But for Richard, let me quickly respond to Richard. Richard, you see, capital is never the problem.
Exactly.
See, money is the least of all the problems. Understanding how you can make money from that idea you have is most important. It's even capital on its own. Let me explain to you now. When you we have a lot of people out there with loose cash. They do not know what to do with the money. They are scared of giving it out to just anybody because a lot of people have abused the word capital.
Exactly.
So they get capital and they start to flaunt around. They start to buy.
Upgrade their lifestyle immediately.
Then the shoemaker will now start to think of what brand of car to buy. Who cares about what you drive as a shoemaker? It's about investing into the right thing. So if I know, Richard, that you can make X amount of money from fashion in a month, people will beg you. Banks will beg you to take their funds.
Their money.
Because you will not pay back the same amount. You pay back with interest. But you have a lot of bad loans out there. You have a lot of bad debt out there. Simply because a lot of people got into business without exactly knowing how they will generate income. A lot of people know clearly how they will spend money. It's not about knowing how to spend money. An average person is good at spending money. It's about knowing how first. So if you think 500,000 is what you need, Richard, the question I want to ask you is, how can you make 500,000 in 3 months? I mean, profit. How can you make 500,000 in 3 months? Do you know why I'm using that as an example? Because one of the simplest places where you can get quick loan is from microfinance bank. On the average, they will ask you to repay it back in 3 months with an interest rate of maybe 6% per month. So imagine you got 500,000 and 6% of 500,000 or 5% of 500,000 is 25,000. So at the end of the day, with all charges, in 3 months you might be paying back extra 100,000. So you pay 600,000. So my question for you is that, can you turn that 500,000 in 3 months to 1 million? Meaning that at the end of 3 months,
you give 600, then you have.
So you have 1 million. So you can conveniently give 600,000 naira back to the microfinance bank, which until you can settle that successfully, it will be hard for you to access capital.
Yeah.
All right. Then of course I can see that you say you're currently tied up in an office. I would recommend a book before you quit your job. One of the problems with people that have 9-to-5 job is that you think like an employee in entrepreneurial activities. Your fashion business is pure entrepreneurship. So whether you like it or not, there's a virus competing with your entrepreneurial mind. It's 9 to 5. Probably now you're in the office, you don't even know how the board is into the generator. You don't know whether they've paid the office rent or not.
You don't know.
Exactly.
Anything.
Employee have less to worry about. And somehow it just affects. You just know there's water dispenser. You don't even know how much they refill it.
And it's even better. I will always say that it's even better that you keep your 9 to 5.
Yeah.
So if you want to be an entrepreneur, go ahead and start it on the side. Keep your 9 to 5 until you know that you can generate money from the hustle, from your side hustle. That's when it's advisable that you leave your 9 to 5, because it's not really easy. We keep telling it. People don't tell it as it is.
Exactly.
Entrepreneurship is not rosy. You can see us all glamour, but we weren't shining like this like the first 2 years that we started. You know, it's not.
And forget Florence's makeup.
From Facebook.
We talk a lot. It's just for us to look good. But entrepreneurs, in between, you know, like I always say, entrepreneurs are trained to smile during the storm. You know, surfers, when they suffer, they are smiling. The tide, a lot of people run away from it. But because they are trained not to be swallowed by it, so they enjoy it while it lasts. But it's energy consuming, my dear. But Richard, I can see that you said you started following me on Instagram, so that we don't take too much time talking about that. Let's just continue this conversation on Instagram, all right? But just to know that you do not need capital to start with. If you have good integrity, you can go to someone that makes clothes already, get clothes on credit, sell without you generate your startup capital.
Exactly.
All right. All right. So, the last thing I talked was activity, but now the next one is assets. What assets do you possess? I found people that complain about capital, and yet they use iPhone 8.
It is.
Is it the one they sell for 500,000?
I don't even know how much.
500,000. These are the kind of phones.
Check how much it is.
These are the kind of phones people will tell me, please, can you make pass my phone? That I will say, no, sorry, I'm not that kind. Just in case it falls. I mean, phones that you change their screen with over 120,000. Man, you can get 3 brand new phones with that. So
3?
what? Yes.
3 a bit 10.
Yeah, brand new phones. I mean, turn away from the back. So you need to understand your priorities. You said you want to go into fashion. Say you want to start to sell. You want to go into food business, food processing. You want to start packaging Zobo and all of that. Then you will need a distribution van. So you are thinking of getting yourself a car, then you are thinking of a Corolla, a Twishka. How many bottles of Zobo would Corolla be able to move? Why not get a space bus like a Sienna instead?
Even so if you don't have a Sienna, you can like a truck.
A truck. What I'm saying is that you need to be able to prioritize your assets, what you acquire. Then what matters to you? If you're asked to travel as a shoemaker and you have it on the table, you have the option of Italy, you have the option of Dubai, you have the option of another interesting place, South Africa. You have the option of going to the US, Canada. Where would you love to go?
As a shoemaker.
As a shoemaker, of course.
You should go to Italy.
Italy. I will go to Italy over and over again. At times when I even feel like I'm stressed and I want to rest, I still go to Italy.
Because you will learn.
I will learn. It's an environment that just makes me feel what I do. What books do you have on your shelf? What books do you spend your money buying? Do you buy Meals and Bones? Instead of you investing money on materials that talks directly or exactly about what you do, or other books, or so you just need to understand all of that. The things that I see you invest your money into will determine whether I'm ready to pay you for it. So when you come to my office, one of the things you find on my table is a particular book that I bought from the UK for so much money on shoemaking. So when you see it, you'll be scared to price my product anyhow. Why? Because you know that the assets, I've invested quite a number of things into that.
All right, so Telisa Favor is hailing us. He said, and he's my boss, intelligent, hardworking, excellence, a great teacher. You don't even have enough adjectives to describe me.
My head is swelling, Telisa. Thanks for joining in.
Okay.
Hi.
And Emmanuel is asking, do you have a showroom? Yes, he has a showroom. What's the address again?
Number 3, Avapa Sonwu Street. Is actually off Toyin, where you can come into Amore Street, off Toyin, leads you closer.
Or you can come to Redalia.
Come to Redalia.
Redalia Workspaces, 43B Mina Crescent, and
we'll
take
direct
it
you
there.
there. Yeah. And then, of course, you can follow us at Shoe Speed on Instagram. At Shoe Speed, you can place your order, then you can get our details from there.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, so I've talked about your assets. The next one is people. You probably have heard this all over and over again.
It's important.
Yes,
the people around you will either make you
or mar you. People. So when I talk about people, number one, who is your mentor? Who is your mentor? You want to get into food business, food processing. You're very good at cooking moi moi. Or you're very, very good at cooking vegetables. And you've been doing it for people freely. See, commercializing it, starting to make money from it. The best thing you do is to go and look for a mentor that makes money from it already. So that mentor will teach you how to gradually make people that you've been doing these things for free to start to pay for it. So you need to look at your people, the mentor. You need to choose your mentors right. And please, when you're choosing your mentor, be careful to be sure that this person is not a mentor or someone that will be envious of you. A lot of people are quick to think that if I mentor this person, I will not be a competitor. So you probably just find someone that will tell you, it's not easy, you are not making money. All the one that you are seeing is film trick. Look for someone that is naturally or she's naturally secured in what she has and she's willing to affect other people's life. Try to check their values first before you make them your mentor. One of the things I always tell you, if you go through my pledge again, is to affect other people's lives. So I'm always glad to train other people, in what I do. Like I said earlier, we've trained over 600 people in the last 9 years. Quite a number of shoe brands you see around these days on Instagram. Quite a number of them, we're actually the ones that trained them. I've even lost count. Some of them actually called to say, sir, you trained me. And I'm willing to always give you advice to make you be relevant. So check your mentor very well. And also, choosing your friends is also important. Choosing your friend is a choice. The people you cannot choose are your family members.
Exactly.
Although you can't choose them, but you can determine what you want them to know about you. Some family members will not encourage you.
Yeah.
My father was a professor. I didn't mention that. My father actually wanted me to be a lecturer like him. So till he died, it was top secret from him that I'm a shoemaker. And I've been a shoemaker for about 3 years before he eventually passed on. But it was top secret because I knew him. It would discourage me entirely. It would not encourage me one bit. And you see, especially when you're just starting up and you're thinking of creating commerce from your skill, you need all necessary form of encouragement. You need all the support, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, and otherwise, because it is not easy.
It's not
to be an entrepreneur.
And then you really need that one friend who you can always go to.
Exactly.
Who even also sees the thing from another aspect, because sometimes you may be clouded in your passion.
Yes.
Who can tell you when you are going wrong and also encourage you, because some people just tell you it's not easy. This person can tell you that it's not easy, but you can still do it.
Exactly. So you need to be able to pick your friends. You need to be able to select them. Like with Elia, for instance, sometimes when I just feel very tired and feel discouraged, it's a walking distance from my office. I just take a walk. I say, let me just even come to the midst of other entrepreneurs.
Yeah, it's really like lightens your spirit.
Yes. I remember that I went for a meeting one day and one man looked at me. The man I went for, after having a meeting, he said, young man, can I open up? He said, I've been discouraged lately. I feel like just quitting everything. But talking to you just gives me hope that men are still trying and still pressing. So you need such friends around you. Then you know what people also does to you? Meeting with people also helps you to determine your target market. Alright? Now, there's some certain products that you have, that you are offering, that is actually a luxury product. You probably need to target people around the island, Lekki and all of that, to be precise. So imagine that you have a luxury idea, you have a luxury service that you want to render, and you spend 90% of your time in a year in Ajambadi. a place where people around them say, have you heard people say that when you mention try to put a price to your product? Have you heard people say that, am I mad?
Am I mad?
Have you heard people say,
not good?
And I good? Might pay this amount, am I mad? So when you start to hear that from people, then you probably need to, it's not necessarily what you're offering that is the problem. It's about the wrong people. You probably have been talking to the wrong people. So you need to probably do further market research to know who needs what you've got to offer. Alright? So after doing all of that, remember the first thing you said was pledge. What is your pledge? Second thing is what activities do you involve yourself in? The third one is what assets do you possess? The fourth one that we just discussed now is the people. Then once you determine your target market, you have a mentor that have guided you on what to do. Young ladies, stop doing these things for free, and has guided you to say that, you know what, you've been making air for people for free. So henceforth, when you go and print a receipt or an invoice, that's what I tell people, that's one of the best places for you to start. You've rendered this air service for free. Now the next time you do that, just do an invoice. Just put a name on it. It could be Abiodun Nigeria Limited, or just create a name. Names should be the least of your problem at this time. Just have an invoice. Then you give an invoice, being payment for 10,000 naira. Of course, he or she is not paying, but now put 100% discount. Discount 10,000 naira.
Exactly.
Then what is he paying? 0. But give it to him or her. He will look at the piece of paper. This guy spent money to print this, and so you would have collected 10,000 for what you're doing for me for free. Yes, I'm just doing it because we are friends. So when someone see that lovely hairstyle, when they ask her or ask the guy will say, yes, someone did it. How much? 10,000 naira. Okay, so having done that, then you need to be courageous enough. Mark my word, you need to be courageous enough to then put a price to it.
Exactly.
And
even what you said also makes sense. Like, even if you already are running a business and there maybe the price is an issue and people come, can you give a discount? Still put the right price, then put the discount that you are giving.
Exactly.
So that way the value, nobody is in question of what the right value is.
Exactly. Just give it value. That's the most important. And please be courageous about it. One of the things I've met with people that are talented, when you tell them, do you know this thing is worth 50,000 naira? If you do it once, for the sir, 50,000. Won't they sound wicked? I'm like, you need to give it value. You're taking yourself for granted. Be courageous and stand by your price.
Yes.
Now you find a car, 4 tires, engine that will take you from Lagos to Ibadan. You find it same shape, same size. They'll tell you this one is 20 million naira. They say this one is 7 million naira. What's the difference? Is the person selling the one of 20 million naira? He has decided that this car is worth 20 million naira. So someone will tell you this brand. So here a Mercedes and a Toyota. Mercedes will tell you that Mercedes is a luxury brand. But the truth about the matter is that there are other brands of cars that are strong as Mercedes that will give you the same as Mercedes, but are cheaper. So whatever price you give to your product, of course, you don't want to give something outrageous.
Of course.
And that's one of the reasons why you need to check your do market survey to know what you're doing. But of course, once you determine what you think your value, your product or service deserve, stand by it. When people say, am I mad? And they try to make you feel bad. You don't have to insult anybody. Just be assertive. Sir, ma, that's what we charge. That's what I charge. And what that does to you is that giving it... Okay. All right. You're back?
Yeah.
Yes. So giving it a price helps you to even identify who your true friends are, who your real customers are. Yeah, you think this person will patronize when you start to charge? Give it a price. Then you start to notice that people will start to walk away, one after the other. And guess what? They would come back. Especially when you are good at what you do.
Exactly.
So I've been making Florence hair for free. And I say, Florence, I was just part of one Vidalia Facebook Live. Now, This air, I've gone to check. You would have paid 10,000 naira, but because we are friends, pay 5,000. Is it not ordinary? Florence walks away, and she tries to get a salon that will do the same thing. She checked the first one, they said 15. Checked the second one. Eventually, she got one that she begged to pay 10,000. What do you think will happen?
She will come back.
Stylishly, she will say, our people, they will say, Biodu, we are friends now. But I understand, Sha. Let me just give you 6,000 naira. They will come back. Then when you're putting price to it, please make provision for profit. A lot of people just put price to a particular product without considering profit. Take for instance, you operate from your father's house and you don't pay rent. Imagine you pay rent. Factor it into it. Imagine you have a car, a free car, maybe your brother's car that you use for delivery. Imagine you are paying a delivery person, or it's your car, or you bought a car on hire purchase. Factor it into it. So eventually, when you now become fully independent and not dependent on other people, you will not struggle to make profit. All right? So it's very important. So once you now put a price to it, I will confidently call you an entrepreneur, and I'll doff my hat to you. You are not an entrepreneur until when you have a particular skill or talent that has a price tag on it. Then entrepreneurship has just started. If not, I'll just call you a charitable organization.
Decide from day one whether you're going to be an NGO or a business. A business, you have to make money, and from day one you have to have a monetization strategy, revenue generating model that has monetization strategy in it. If not, you're just an NGO.
Exactly. So just determine whether it's just a mere passion that you are into or hobby. Some people, they call it hobby, what you love to do at spare time. If that is the case, I'm fine. I'll probably look for someone like you that has something to offer to me. Then I'll keep praising you and keep celebrating you being a charitable organization. So, but once you be able to put a price tag to it, then I'll say welcome to that world of entrepreneurs. And please, once you start to put price tag to it, don't get carried away. So you don't end up becoming a roadside shoemaker. You don't end up becoming someone that has been doing a particular thing for 20 years and nobody knows you exist. And then you now start bragging, who's that person? I've been in existence. That guy just started 2 years ago. Me, I've started 20. Who knows you? The reason why a lot of people do not have all of that is what I'm just going to quickly share with you. It's one of the reasons why some of you watching are probably seeing my documentary on CNN and other TV stations. Is because when I started, after putting price to my product, then I decided to do what it takes for me to be called a business person. All right, not an hustler. Okay, number one, register that business quickly. Don't cost you more than 20-something thousand to have a business name.
Okay, so basically, even coming in, our consulting arm for Redalia registers your business for 25,000. If you want to have it incorporated, just 55,000. And once you've also done that, you have to also trademark it, because most times people will take advantage of the name that you've made.
Exactly.
So you need to trademark your business, and that will not even break the bank. Just 60,000. Call us on 081-881-22223 or contact at redalia.com.
Alright, so Redalia will do it, and trust me, if you have to do it on your own, aside the stress, aside the time, you might not even get it done on time. Okay,
you need a lawyer too.
You need a lawyer,
which is also
exactly. So trust me, you're going to get a very reasonable price from Redalia. All right, registration, very, 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 very important. There are some kind of businesses you can't get if you don't have a business name, because they're not going to do a check. Some organization will never do a check in your name. They would only do a check in a company's name. So registration is very important. Then you need to now learn to put structure into your business. Go and read up on business model canvas, and please just stay on this, stay tuned to this platform. You probably get notification.
I've done a business model canvas. Like, that's actually my expertise. So I'm also writing a book on business model canvas. So if you're running a business or you are starting, we can really tear the business down and check the 9 building blocks and see whether they are aligned or what we can actually take out and add to make it a functional business.
You hear what she said? 9 building blocks. That means there are segments that applies, that different segment that applies to any idea you have or any business venture. So you need structure. And so when you start to get to this side of the equation, do not assume that you can do everything on your own. Always try as much as possible to involve the experts. Like Redalia can help you do most of these things. The Marketing is different from selling. Exactly. Marketing is creating an awareness. Now you notice that I've done that a couple of times today. Creating an awareness that I, Abiodun Folawiya, exist. Then my business, Shoe Speed, exists. So eventually some of you watching right now would want to patronize me someday. It might not be immediately, but you might even tell other people.
It should be immediately because you have discount coming for this Easter. Right?
Yes, truly, yes. All you just need to do is to mention that you're a part of Redalia, would give you a 20% discount.
Exactly.
All right, and please, if Redalia, once I hear that word, it will get you to. It will just give you money. Some name would open doors. Yes. All right. So marketing, okay, marketing, it's very key. And after doing marketing, don't just sit down, just marketing, just telling people. Also try as much as possible to seal deals. Get people's commitment. Let money exchange hands.
Commitment is only when money graces
your hand or hits your account, you receive an alert. Okay? Don't let people just say, oh, you're doing stuff that are wonderful. Tell them, yes, I know I'm doing stuff that are wonderful. Pay, patronize me. Okay? Then you need to learn to save. Saving culture is very, very, very key. The fact that you're first year into business, now you've commercialized your business, you started making money. The first year into business, you checked your bank account, then you had maybe 50 million naira. Then all of a sudden you start to think that your car is getting too small for you. My status, I need to upgrade my status. Then you're thinking of upgrading to a G-Wagon. Well, go and make your findings about a G-Wagon. For consumption and maintenance. So even if you have to improve on your standard of living, you need to check the consequence of improving your standard of living. It's extremely important. But most importantly, save and save and save. Do not consume every bit of your profit. Save a good chunk of it.
What I always say is live beyond your means. People. Yes.
Yeah, we're back.
So I always advocate live below your means. Live below your means. Like, it's not a competition. It's not a competition something. Mm-hmm. That's what they always say. Yeah. Don't compete. You don't have to you don't have to ride that car. You don't have to wear that dress. There's always time for everything. Mm-hmm. Live below your means.
And some people that you see probably ride those big cars, investigate.
It may even be borrowed.
It may even be borrowed. It might even be a business. It might even be a marketing strategy for another person. A guy that sells cars has a car showroom. Mm-hmm. And says that you go for good meetings now. Oh yeah, take this one. Take the G-Wagon. And when you get there, tell your friends, do you like this car? Ah, my guy, I love this your job. I'm planning to sell it to him. Seriously, yes, I want to sell it. That's an idea. So a lot of people, you see them wear a Rolex wristwatch. It's not their own. The person selling borrowed them as a marketing, as a model to show to the world that I can get Rolex as a cheaper price. You like it? The guy that sold it to me, I'll get you his contact and get in touch. Don't mention my name, he'll give you discounts. It's as simple as that. So you need to watch how you spend money. Save as much as you can. Then again, the last one is learn to always project. Never be a local champion. The time people start to praise you, when the ovation is loudest, go to your corner and say, what else can I achieve?
That's like, don't be complacent.
Don't be complacent. Always watch ahead. Watch where you are. Someone is watching ahead of you. Someone is looking forward to overtaking you. So always project for the future, project into the future, make the best of the opportunities that you have, give quality customer service to people. Always be eager to move from one point to the other. Let your customers always say that, wow, things are getting better. Things are getting better. Let that always be their comment, and get good feedbacks. Don't be the guy, don't be the lady that would always argue when people are giving feedback. Be secure enough to entertain feedback. So with those few words that I've shared with us this morning, I believe strongly that you'll be able to commercialize your skill. Send in your questions. Tell someone about these broadcasts. Let them know. Share some of the things that you have heard today with people around you, people in your offices. The truth about the matter is that the more you share the things you know, the more you understand the things you know. We know some certain things. We always assume we understand. But most of the time, you do not understand until you start to share with people and they start to ask you questions. Alright? Let people know about this platform. Feel free to come to Vidalia. Feel free to come to Shoe Speed, especially when you're thinking of probably resigning your job to start your own business. Don't just start because you have enough money in your bank account. Money
is the least.
Money is the least. In fact, you just wake up one morning, 5 months after resigning, you had 100 million. You wake up one morning and you'll be struggling to have 1 million naira. It's not the devil. It's simply because you've gotten into the business thinking all you need is money. No. You need a strategic session. You need someone to guide you. You need someone to consult for you and help you do things right.
Right, thank you, Viodu. This is so interesting, and I've also learned a lot. So the reason why we do this is this: we've been in this journey and we see people trying to do this and we see them making a lot of mistakes. That's why this is unpaid. And these are things that you go to business schools and pay a lot of money to learn, but we are giving it free. This is our own way of giving back to the society. This is our CSR.
Yeah.
So we are in business, we are sharing the knowledge that we have. We want to guide people, we want to make sure that you're doing the right thing. So thank you, Shoe Speed, for coming. If you want to buy shoes, call us and we'll get you nice shoes from Shoe Speed. And this is Redalia.